Not gonna lie. Test 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, my bad.
We already did audio check.
Dude, Vanessa's a fucking professional, bro.
She's a professional.
Why do you keep fucking doubting her? She
ever-
did not go to fucking college to study on Chicano studies and shit to not use her degree.
To not know about microphones.
Yeah, not know about microphones and shit, dog. She's out here,
Well, hey,
fighting
why did
for-
she never shout out the school that she went to learn audio engineering at?
Because, I don't know, maybe nobody knows it, dog. I think it's like fucking Compton College or something
Was
like
it
that.
one of those
The
advertisements?
ITT Technical?
That came out after.
Music Institute?
LL Cool J's like cousin runs the school.
It's one of those commercials after like Maury and shit. You skip school and like, oh look.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Do you want to work in a garage with a bunch of dudes?
Yes, actually, that sounds fun. Will my friends be there? Like, that's all I worried at that time.
Ultras, McDonald's,
Oh, yeah.
and sunglasses at night.
It's the lighting in here, bro. We got tattoo lighting in here,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah. It's just about right.
This is pretty similar, right?
No, it's fucking good.
You're right at
I
home
should
in your element.
I should have brought the machine.
Quick little banger on Jose's face.
A little something.
Down my room.
We're getting there, I just recently got my palm done, but it's like
It
fucking-
sucks.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's not really sticking very well in certain
Nah, they were
spots.
supposed to dot it.
That's what we're thinking.
Yeah,
Fucking
everything's
like
supposed to be
stippling,
dotted,
right?
yeah.
Like stippling and shit, but it's worth the shot.
It looked fucking clean when it was swollen.
When it was when it was swollen, that shit looked fucking sick. I was like, oh shit, and then I was like,
fool.
nah, this shit ain't gonna stick for sure.
would've been
Probably.
Fool at work had to use one large glove and one medium glove.
Yeah, it was
swollen.
Like you put it on a cow's ass and shit. That's
Yeah,
like a week,
yeah, for sure.
That'd be like a different gorilla grip. You trying to
Yeah, right? Holy shit, what's going on here?
Hey, then like
some inmate fucking hand.
he writes right-handed too, so I was like, "Hey, fool, where you gonna write your little notes when you gotta go like
so
in
at work,
between
I like
stuff?
to write my notes on my hand. And I'm like, oh fuck, so now I gotta like find spots here and shit, find little fucking open spots to just like write numbers and stuff. Yeah, I know, right? So, but yeah, that's.
Fucking hey. So here we are tonight on another After Dark edition.
I guess we can
After
say
dark.
after dark. This is what would be? Yeah, we started at par. I think last time when we recorded late, huh?
Yeah.
Like around this time, so that's cool though. I actually like the dark, because when we record in the morning, it's like either after having a fucking bender of playing Call of Duty till like 3 in the morning and shit, and then thinking about should I shower when I go to bed or should I shower when I wake up, and then that takes like an hour to decide. Then I end up showering in the morning, and then everyone's here, and then I'm still showering, right?
Yeah.
So
And he's also in a pissed off mood because he doesn't know what's going on yet. It takes him about I want to say a solid 45 minutes. Even when he's up and he's changed, it still takes him about 45
Still
minutes
like
to
let it off.
process,
yeah.
and then he's like, all right.
Because it's the fact I probably went to bed like at 7 a.m. and then I'm waking up at 9. So then that kind of,
Yeah.
that kind of throws you off. But
I gotta go to sleep by 10 o'clock
Are you serious?
every time.
every
10
time.
o'clock?
10 o'clock is
Yeah,
when
that's-
I'm home. When I'm out here, it's a whole different story.
Was it adjusting to your routine? Is that what you're more like accustomed to now?
Yeah, I try to be good now.
Adulting now? 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock.
Hey, bro.
I got decaf coffee
Oh, fuck. Decaf, bro. That's fucking
in the
I
most
just- that's
caffeinated
some
city in the
fucking-
world.
Bro.
anti-religious shit right there, dog. Fucking Satanas, homie. Nah, fuck that shit. We need all the
I'm like
caffeine here,
becoming
bro.
I'm becoming like a cross between like ghetto and my credit score going up.
Oh shit,
It's a change.
But it's a change that we need to
It's
do.
for the good, bro.
It's
for the better.
good.
And you know what, man? It's just some days you got to wake up and say, did I nearly need to put myself to sleep with this Don Julio bottle last night?
No.
Or do I need to go get that bag?
Mm,
Or is it like when we go to fucking the strip club to get some tacos
yeah,
at 4 o'clock in the morning?
4 o'clock in
Yeah.
the morning, you know.
Like it's fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Damn well we're gonna sleep in 2 hours.
Yeah, like what? I have no business eating a fucking big ass wet burrito at Diana's 4:30 a.m. and I seen a crackhead take a bump across the table.
Yeah. But at the moment though, you're like, bro,
That seems like the
feels
move.
right.
Like
This is
that's
gonna-
the move.
this is
right?
gonna
Like,
work.
You probably looked at your burrito, not even taking a stab at it yet, and you're like,
This is.
oh, man, I don't know if I should. Then when you're in it, you're like, this was the right choice.
I wouldn't have seen it any other way.
And then when you fucking lay down and you got that fucking acid reflex coming back, you're like, yeah.
Yeah,
fuck, dude.
I'm telling you, decaf, Pepto Bismol. What else do I got?
Fuck
That's
that,
where it's
dude.
at now.
Hey, man. So I like to say no better than the person to introduce themselves, right? Because you know yourself better than I know you. So you
I'm
wanna-
still figuring myself out. My name is Plata.
okay.
I'm from Carson. I do tattoos. And now I'm here with you fools.
There you go. Yeah, quick backstory. My mom and his mom are friends. That's how I know. him.
Oh,
Before
okay.
the tattooing, before taking the plunge into the full-time tattooing. Now he's a full-time artist
Yeah.
out of Washington. Want to shout out the shop real quick?
I work at Arrow and Sword in Redmond.
Okay.
I'm with some homies named Chris and Daniel, dope artists. Yeah,
Okay.
we're out there doing it.
So let's start at the beginning. When did you decide that, all right, hey, I want to be a tattooer?
I was like about 14. I'm like, I seen this work by my homie. He's not my homie. Name's Clown, and I seen his work on one of my uncles. I'm like, damn, that's what I want to do. Because I always like drawing. I never paid attention to school. I'm just like drawing on the side and everything. And I'm like, damn, I want to do this shit forever. Like easy money, not easy money, but good money, and it's doing what you like, you know?
Yeah. That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Did you, so how, like, if just your run-of-the-mill artist, just off the street, how would you say you start off? Where did you, okay, you knew when you seen it at 14, I want to be a tattoo artist. The vibe was like, okay, this is what I want to do. But like, where did you think like, okay, what do I have to start off with to get to that level before you tattoo on real skin? What was like?
Well, to be honest, the first time I ever grabbed a tattoo machine, I did a piece on my fucking leg.
Oh yeah.
I'm never gonna get rid of it. It's ugly as fuck, and I love it. But after that, it was just fucking up my homies at my grandma's house and shit. Right there, but all of them. I was a bad friend because I was tattooing. Fucking all the parents were mad at me because I was tattooing all their
You were
kids.
the
Like,
the bad influence
I
and
was like,
shit.
man, I'm just here doing what they want.
And then like, how old were you at that point?
I think I was like 17 when I first like actually started tattooing skin, and I went to the shop and I showed them my stuff, and I'm like, this is what I do. I draw, and I kind of took on an apprenticeship, and I didn't really take it too serious because at that time it's like, oh, I just want to party, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
Hell yeah.
I like that part more than the actual putting in the work part. That part came later. But yeah, it was just that, like trying to like fit in there, like still drawing and like paying attention to them and trying to just pick up what I could. But like with anything, you're never gonna really like get good at something until you start
doing it or putting into practice
Yeah.
what you're actually practicing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So you went, I guess some people would say now, the traditional route of tattooing as an apprentice, and
Well, I would
Doing
go, but I never took on like an actual apprenticeship because
Okay.
I was just, like I said, I was just fucking around.
yeah.
And I didn't take it too serious. But like the real way is you do an apprenticeship for about 2 years. And I would go here and there, and then I just stopped going. But I was still doing them on my grandma's. And then I just went one day, and the homie's like, hey, you want to go work at a shop? So I started working at a swap meet in Compton.
Hell yeah.
That shit was fucking nuts. Fucking
The indoor one or what?
yeah, the Avalon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the Avalon one.
The Avalon swap meet, like it's
That's right down the street from.
Avalon and El
Downtown.
Segundo.
Yeah. We're familiar,
That shit-
dog. Yeah, that's hood
Yeah,
right
That's where
there.
they're from. That's where they're from.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, so that shit was crazy.
We
Nah,
do
yeah.
not bang, dog. We just grew up there.
Yeah,
That is where they
yeah.
grew up.
So you know it was interesting to say the least
dude,
at that swap
Yeah,
meet.
man.
I was there for like a year and a half.
I remember trying to fucking get CDs there sometimes, dog. I was like fucking 12 years old, and I'm like, fuck, I need to just go in, make no eye contact, and then just get out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I know they started trying to crack down on it, and they started getting some security fools, but then those fools were getting out of pocket, just beating fools up, dog. They're like, yo, I came here to shop, dog. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
Uber aggressive and shit.
Are you on the
dog.
list? Are you on the list?
I'm just trying to go get some Converse, bro.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, that's where I really like started like seeing the whole like business aspect and me trying to get better because I was out now in an environment where it's like there's artists making a living and like pushing through to try to do good at their craft. But it was nuts. It was fun there. Tattooed this hooker on her face.
Oh hell yeah!
Said DG's bad bitch. Shout out DG. I don't know where you at.
Hey dude, shout out, bro.
That's love right there.
I was like, you sure you want this shit? She's like, yep. I'm like, all right.
That's my man right there. All
All
right.
right.
Would you say it's like on that stuff now, with you being at a shop now? I'll get your point of view on this because I've seen it a couple times, like on Vice and shit, where they interview artists. What's your take on like if somebody comes to the shop, 18 years old, and they're like, "Hey, I want to put this freaking eagle on my cheek, on my face."
I do it.
You would do it,
Yeah.
Because I know there is the fifth. It's split down the middle. It really is. There's the people who say, you know, hey, I'm not going to do that, and then there's the people who are like, if you give me whatever you want, I'm gonna you know perform.
Yeah. My whole thing is, I'm more like, I don't care what you want. My job is to give you what you want in the best quality that I can. Like the times I say no is when I think the design's ugly.
Okay.
When I'm like, this is just a shitty design. Let's go with a better eagle. But the placement, I really don't care.
You'll tattoo wherever.
I'll do
whatever.
whatever. I don't care.
What's some of the gnarliest places that you've tattooed besides the face?
We already know the no areas.
Okay.
But it's not. There's not as often like as you think. Like
Well, I'm gonna say that there's a select clientele who'd want to go down
yeah,
that rabbit hole.
yeah. Like
What do you mean?
Tattoo some fucking some name on some. Or I'll tattoo like dudes' names on like girls like by their pussy and shit.
Yeah.
But like it's
Pretty
not
standard,
it's not
right?
as
Pretty
often.
standard.
It's not as
It's not
often.
even all that like taboo either.
It's not.
Honestly,
You start
right?
Fucking putting stars around your booty hole. Then I get like, oh, shit.
Then we're getting somewhere. Then we're getting somewhere for sure.
Do they hold it? Do you hold it?
How does that work? Yeah, dude, that's what I'm curious about too. You know what I mean?
The vagina's
Who's holding the fucking cheeks open?
Yeah.
That's what the people want to know.
No, man.
These are all valid points.
I knew the minute he looked at me and said, "What do you mean?" I knew where this was gonna go.
Like,
It was
you
gonna
have
go
to
one
use,
way.
like,
I'm sorry.
a disposable machine at that point?
Or
Nah.
you cover them up, right? Like,
Yeah, it's all covered up.
You bag it up, man. The only thing is the needles is.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is the guy. You're probably the only one with none, I think, at the moment right
That's
here.
what we should have done.
Yeah.
That's what would have
Damn,
made the.
bro.
What could have been? For the next one.
For the
That
next
American
one, yeah.
flag
We're
would
just
look
gonna-
real nice.
Right
where
there,
it's
right
at.
on the chest, my
The
boy.
placement is there.
We'll just have them on the table while we're doing that. But who's
So what's up,
who's
Jesse?
gonna hold the cheeks?
Who's gonna hold the cheeks, dog?
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, yeah. So segue into it's a business. You do what you have to do, and you
Yeah.
know, like I respect. I think I respect that more than the people who are like, no, I don't want to do it, because at the end of the day, it's like this person's either gonna get it from you or go somewhere else and get a shittier tattoo where somebody's gonna say, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'll do what you want, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, so it's kind of like you're gonna do it to the best of your ability and to the best of, you know, whatever piece of, like, you know, what do you call that reference they give you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah,
anyways.
I'm more in the like changing the reference because they usually give me just shitty references,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, this would look better, and I usually get my way. Look at the one place where the customer is mostly always wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it because, I mean, so with that being said, let's go into that aspect. Did it take you a while to learn how to, like, because that's a whole job in itself. I know when you watch people doing the tattoos, when you get the reference and you have to put it onto the paper, the transfer paper, and all that kind of stuff, was that a learning curve for you too?
The making the stencil, not so much. Just applying, like actually being good at the tattooing. It takes a while. Like, you hate yourself for a long time because you're like, I'm never gonna be good at this shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, you keep trying and like it just seems like you don't get better. But then you look back and, like, yesterday I just posted one that I did a long ass time ago. I'm like, oh fuck, like I don't even know who that person is anymore. It's like it's a whole different ball game now. But every day we still keep learning and trying to be better than the day before.
Yeah.
And like,
Sure. That's why I tell people too. If like whatever you do, either work, art, or anything, when you say like, "Oh yeah, I know everything," then you're fucking.
yeah,
Up. You know what I mean?
You never know everything.
Yeah, and you're always gonna learn something new, or someone that's like more greener than you might show you something, you know, and in a different way on how you're doing it. And that might be better. You don't know.
Yeah, you got to keep your ego out of it, because you're never gonna be perfect. It's like a mix between like keeping your ego out of it and like understanding that you'll never be perfect. But as long as you get better every time, that's where you're.
And also,
improving.
it's kind of weird, and also still being confident, you know, in that.
Yeah,
and being cocky in a sense, but not just overly,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want like, you know,
It's a
I go to
weird
someone,
mix.
and I'm like, yeah, I want to get this, and I'm like, yeah, I think I can do it. Right now, you don't want that shit, right? You
Yeah.
want something like, you know what? Yeah, I like that idea, but let's do it this way or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
I always hit like new clients when like I'm doing the tattoo, and then they always hit me with the standard like, "So how long you been doing this?" And I'm like a week or two, and they're just like their face is like, no, I'm just fucking with you.
That's always the best. Like when my boy Clumsy, when he does my work, and I remember one day, I don't know who I took, so either you or somebody else, and they asked him like, yeah, how long have you been tattooing? He's like, no, yeah, he's like been tattooing for a while, and then they're like, oh, you're left-handed? He's like, yeah, he's like, I can, but I can actually tattoo with both hands, and he switched over the machine, and he's gonna go down, and I'm like, bro, I've known you for like fucking 6 years, and I've never seen you tattoo with the right hand. And then he's like, going, and he looks at me, he's like, I got you. And I'm like, oh fuck, dude. I think right, yeah. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I was like even surprised. I was like,
You gotta hit him with that. Oops.
Yeah.
I can fix that. Yes. But yeah.
What is your style realm? What would you say? You black and gray, American traditional?
What I do that I think is a little bit different. Well, not as different anymore because a lot of people do it, but I use just a liner, and I try to do mostly black and gray.
Okay.
But like I use just a 3-round liner, just 3 needles that come to a point.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like pretty thin,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just shade and I line everything with that.
Okay.
And you could tell the difference between those because you could tell like there's like little like it looks like dotted in there sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's known as like pepper shading.
Okay.
So like that's kind of where I like have my own little stilo.
Okay. Yeah, because I was looking at, I know exactly what you're talking about with your, you do a lot of portraits that you post and stuff, and I see what you mean by that. It is definitely a different, from what I've seen, definitely a different style.
Yeah.
Because from what's like on social media, you either have, like we were just talking about it, the thin, like quick banger tattoos that are just straight lines and outlines, or you have the freaking heavily saturated freaking like color photo reel kind of thing. I don't even know what it's
like
even
those
called.
neo-traditional and stuff like that. Those are dope.
I mean, they look
can
sick.
never do that shit.
They look sick, but then it's like, you know, it's still like those really photorealism shit. It's like, well, how's that gonna work in 10 years? You know what I mean? How's that?
Yeah,
gonna work?
you need black in tattoos. I like my thing is like I like a tattoo to look like a tattoo still.
Yeah.
Where you have like lines in it. Like so I kind of when I do my favorite thing is like I do like statues and I like doing a bold outline on it and then shade the inside with how I shade it. I'm not the first to do it, but I just really like it and I just like doing it.
No, I feel you. You, and that's, I feel like with your craft, with being a tattooer, I feel like that's what you need to do to set yourself out of the pack. Cause there's like, it's crazy from like, even just watching like, you know, Ink, what is it? Ink, is it Ink Masters?
Yeah.
The show and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like from watching that show growing up and stuff to like there's so many people doing tattoos now.
There's a lot
of people.
It definitely blew up after Ink Master.
Because
like
I mean, I feel
more.
like it was before Ink Master, it was kind of still a little bit taboo to have tattoos.
Yeah, tattoo shops were scary, bro.
Yeah.
Like you go in like you don't know what the fuck. Now it's all friendly and like vegan and shit.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Like you just have some biker dude and you're like, all right, this is all we're doing, and that's what you're getting.
Pick a flash, right?
Now, I mean, and that's just still cool as fuck. But like now it's just so much more friendly and more commercialized. Like you can like people can buy supplies. Before it's like kind of harder to get all that stuff. And just the whole game is elevated so much. Like no more wires, straight battery, just all cordless shit. Like it's fucking completely different now.
Do you so what on your setup? What do you run? You run corded or you do cordless, or do you have both?
It depends. It depends what I do. For the most part, I do a cordless, so called the Bishop wand,
Okay.
and I just use that because it feels like I'm fucking using a pen or a pencil.
All right.
It's fucking can carry it anywhere.
And I know, circling back to what you're saying about like the supplies and stuff, because now literally for my brother-in-law, shout out Renat Products, literally
Shout out.
I got him a freaking tattoo machine on Amazon and everything that he needed.
Yeah.
And it was just, like it's freaking here in 2 days.
Yeah.
Or like you said, I mean, I'm sure you could go to a tattoo supplier now, shop now and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like an ice cream truck. There's this guy that pulls up with a supply
Yeah.
truck.
I think you've seen it.
Yeah, I've
right?
seen it. That's where I bought that tape, the healing tape or
Oh,
whatever.
the Sanoderm.
Yeah,
shit?
Sanoderm.
Yeah.
But no, go on, continue.
Nah, you
About the ice
good.
cream truck?
Yeah, it's like yeah. They open up the side and they got literally everything that you need, from machines to just all the supplies. But like the whole thing with Amazon, you can get like lower quality stuff and it'll run for a while. It's like with any tool, like
You
But
get,
I'm-
that, you get that Harbor Freight or you get
Yeah,
the
just like a
Snap-on, you
Harbor,
know
yes.
what I mean?
yeah. But they still work.
Yeah,
you can
it's
still
still-
make
yeah.
them work. Sometimes it's just the guy using the tool.
Yeah. I mean, that's 100% true, bro.
Yeah.
You could have all the Snap-on in the world, but if you don't know how to use
still
this
don't
shit,
know how to fucking use it, then yeah, your shit's not gonna fucking do well. And then how do you feel about that? Like, because you said like you kind of went like a traditional route of tattooing, but not really. But then you have like some of these. I've seen videos of like fucking 14-year-olds like fucking tattooing some masterpieces on some people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, there's always gonna the generation that comes later or after you is always gonna be better, and
Yeah.
that's the whole point of doing it, right? Like if the master doesn't teach the student better than he is, then the
Then yeah,
master
what are we
failed,
doing?
right?
Right? Yeah. What are we
Yeah,
doing?
I think that's cool. Like when I have kids, I want them to learn that shit from a younger age too. Cause fuck college.
I like to say that.
I mean,
people don't really feel the same way, but I love to say
college
that.
is cool, you know. College is cool, but it's like not for everyone. You know what I mean? But
I always
and then-
knew I didn't want to go to.
I mean, I kind of wanted to, but then like I couldn't. I didn't have the funds for it, so then I just had to figure it out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you know, it is what it is. And then especially now, like being a tattoo artist is very like acceptable now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like you got like major Hollywood actors now with like full sleeves and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which is at the time unheard of, right? They would say if an actor got into tattoo, that's pretty much career suicide.
Yeah.
And now there's like it's more
all got 'em.
attractive in a sense to have those kind of actors. So I just think like it's like anything, you know. It just the older generation just kind of phases out, and then we just kind of get used to it, shit like that. Just like our parents, for like my mom at first, she didn't like it and shit, but then she's like, "But I know you, I know who you are, so it
Yeah,
doesn't really
yeah.
change you." But she's like, "But I still don't, agree with it." And I'm like, "I get it. I kind of went a little overboard, but
Yeah,
cool though."
a little bit.
You went full fledged, bro. I think what was the first one on your face?
The first one, the little 3 dots shit. But I mean, that's highly like not very visible. But then I think, what did I do next? Oh, the little moon right here, and then I did
Imagine forgetting
this,
where shit's at.
this.
That's how you know you gotta
But yeah, it happens, dude. I think the moon was the one that fucking set it off, and people like notice, and they're like, okay, like what the fuck is this fool doing? And I'm like,
At first, they just thought you were like a Mexican ice cube. with
yeah,
the
you
3
know,
dots.
right, with the little 3 dots. But
Yeah.
now it's like, and
Moles
I,
are moles. Moles are moles.
yeah,
Yeah.
Are they really moles?
yeah.
And it just
Supposedly,
he
right?
was just born a
Supposedly,
thug.
yeah.
He was blessed.
He was
a
just
thug.
born a thug,
was
dude,
blessed
dog.
a
Oh
thug.
Shay,
Blessed
oh
a thug.
Shay, dog.
Yeah,
There you go,
Born straight fucking thug, dog.
yeah.
son of a bitch.
That's the real one.
Yeah,
Damn.
dude, only they.
Some
will
people
know.
have to pay good money for shit like that.
It's just like right now. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. There's people getting fucking freckles tattooed.
Oh,
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, they're getting
Yeah.
their hairline tatted. They're getting full fucking.
the hair.
seen that.
The hairline's all right. It's like a dotted one. It kind of looks real, but then freckles, I don't know.
Freckles?
But whatever,
Yeah.
fuck it.
I mean, look,
thing.
The
The funny thing is,
I ain't saying
used
that.
to be, like, frowned upon, too,
of
though.
course,
That's
like
the thing.
nobody really wanted
Braces.
them.
Not freckles,
Yeah.
but, like,
Braces,
people are like,
freckles.
nah, that's just ugly. Like having a fucking mole on your fucking face. Nah,
Yeah.
no one wants that shit.
Like I can't fucking take Enrique Iglesias serious no more since he got rid of his mole, dog. I've known him with that mole on there. I'm like, bro,
Like that mole had all the
it
talent.
had everything there. That was the character, bro.
Everything went to shit after he got his mole removed?
Have
or
you
what?
heard a song after the mole? I can't name a
The
song
ping
after
pong
the mole.
song. The ping pong song's a banger. You know what I mean? Everyone knows that one, dog. You don't-
We can't play it either.
Yeah, we'll get demonetized, but that shit's
you
a
can
banger.
sing it,
though.
though.
You can sing
You
it.
can
though.
sing
Come on.
it, though.
You know,
Go
you
ahead.
know,
I don't
you
know,
know,
bro.
You don't
I don't
know
know
it?
it.
It's the one with Rob Dyrdek and fucking Big Black are fucking
Oh, when they
singing
go through
along.
the car wash?
Yeah, and then the car wash, dog. Straight banger, dog.
It's
Not
never
gonna lie.
happened.
Yeah, that's the only one I know. But before the mole, he had fucking hits, dog.
Before the mole, he had
Escape, dog. Hero, dude, fucking
bangers.
bangers, straight
bangers.
dog. If, when you have Jennifer Love Hewitt in one of your music videos, you know you're fucking doing it.
And it was the mole.
And it was the mole, dog. So shout out to all the moles, you know. Don't get rid of them.
Shout out to all the
Shout out
moles
to
out
all
there.
the moles, eh?
Do not get rid of
Fucking
them, dog.
A.
But yeah, like tattooing, fucking, it's growing. I mean, you got like the fucking the eyebrows now too. What do they
Yeah,
call
yeah.
Microblading?
Oh, no,
dude.
That one's
I mean,
funny.
he wasn't like fat, but I mean, he was on a, you know,
on the
They hit
heftier side.
like the light shading. It wasn't
They
like
did.
the light shading and all that. I was like, I mean, I get it.
You watched the Allstate commercial where that dude had the six pack painted on vacation, and he's like, "I want to do that for
I
real,
want that.
permanently."
Damn. People get jerseys, complete jerseys tattooed
you
on
see that Michael Jordan one?
Yeah, or the shoes.
The
Like, how the fuck you gonna get a shoe tattooed on your foot? Like, I mean, if it looks good, then whatever.
Bro,
Fuck
the
it.
same way you feel about the shoe is the same way somebody feels like, how you gonna get a flower on your
Yeah,
face?
you know.
Do people look at you different? When
Oh
you
yes, they do, bro. No, I've seen it
all the time.
But did you do it like knowing it was gonna happen? Like,
So like it's kind of crazy because I hate the attention. I'm different from this fool. This fool fucking loves and thrives on the attention. He loves when people look at him. That's why he's got that
that
fucking
true?
that truck. And then fucking everyone's looking. This was like hell
I feel like
yeah.
we all want a
Yeah.
little bit of attention.
Yeah, it's very addicting at times. You know what I mean? But
It strokes your ego.
of course, you know, it makes you feel good in a sense sometimes,
Yeah.
right? You know, but I don't like a lot of attention.
I feel like we like saying we don't like it.
I mean, I kind of don't. If I can fucking just go under the radar, I'm cool.
Yeah.
But like, I've noticed that a lot with starting to get the face and stuff. It started with the hands. Once you get the hands, the job stoppers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lie. You know, I've had plenty of jobs. Yeah, didn't get fired because of them. It's just because I wanted to move on. You know
But
what I
let
mean?
me put this out there. We're not saying go get your hands tattooed
Of course
because you'll
not.
still get a job.
Unless I do.
Yeah, yeah. Unless he does it.
Just so you know, Knott's Berry Farm won't hire you with hand tattoos.
Yeah, they won't.
Wow.
They really won't.
Like,
Which
wow.
is crazy.
It's in their sheet. Like when they send you to the interview, they're like, "Do you have any tattoos?" Like, no. Okay. But like I've heard from people that like, "Oh yeah, if you have anything that's showing, they won't hire you,"
Damn.
which is kind of weird because Disneyland will. But I
Yeah.
we won't go down that rabbit
But-
hole. But all I'm saying is we're not condoning. Don't use
We're
this
not
man
saying
as
don't go.
a what do you call that?
We're not saying don't go, but we're also not saying go.
Do you?
Yeah,
Do
do
you.
you.
Do you.
Whatever
Yeah,
you
do
feel.
you. You know?
If you
But-
want to have chicken nuggets in your pocket, do
Yeah,
you?
do
yeah.
you, dog?
Nobody's
that
gonna-
doesn't sound half bad, honestly. Not gonna lie.
Nobody will tell you different.
Yeah, but going back to that, once I got the hands done, you know, people start looking and noticing. Especially, I guess me, I at the time, I guess I still looked kind of young in a sense. You know what I mean? I still,
Yeah, you
I
look
guess, a
young.
bit, right? But once I got to the neck and then the face, then it's like you see the people, like you're walking, you see the people fucking just dead, just stare, you know,
Yeah.
just being like rude in a sense. I don't care, you know, because I know it's not normal in a sense, you know.
Yeah.
I understand it, especially from like older folks. So I don't like seeing those videos when people are like, oh, like they just stare at me because of my tattoos. Well, you know what you're getting yourself into at the end of the day. Yeah, it's gonna happen. People are gonna ask questions. Oh, did it hurt? Oh, fucking, you know.
You have a chain and you have a dildo strapped on.
Yeah, like what do you?
You might like that. Shit,
Yeah.
but people are gonna take a look. Like, I wonder why.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
I wonder why he chose.
Does he put that in his mouth sometimes? I don't know.
Like
Maybe.
nuts on your.
Is it virgin?
Yeah. Does it have batteries?
Like the
Does it
two-
vibrate?
Like the two nuts you have on your truck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know. Why? Why have that?
So you judge, but it's, I mean, we're human.
We're human. That's
Yeah.
human nature. It's gonna happen
Yeah,
no matter
yeah.
what. You can fucking wear pink shorts and people look at you weird.
That's
you know what I
true.
mean? It's just it is what it is. But I like I said, it comes with the territory. I don't like the attention, but sometimes it comes and then you get people asking you questions. I've had people one guy told me like, "Oh, bro, your fucking goals." I'm like, dude, if this is your fucking goal, then you need to go look at something else first and then go with that. Because I didn't start getting like my tattoos till I was a little. I guess I finished college in a sense. You know, I knew what I was gonna do in my career, and I knew it wasn't gonna affect me. I always wanted them. You know, I was this little fucking nerdy kid that said I always wanted fucking tattoos. No one really believed me and shit. But then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, you know, he was that guy. You know what I mean? So when I finished school, I'm like, all right, cool. Now I can get something small, you know? So I ended up getting something on my fucking forearm like everyone else does, you know, and shit. And then I just started progressing, and now at this point, I guess, you know,
But it's not that, like, okay, even though, like, saying he's a nerdy kid and all that kind of shit, I think he already knew what type of style and rabbit hole he was going down to, because look at the music that he was listening to. So that
He
has...
was listening to fucking. What's that one Spanish soft singer that?
Oh, fucking,
No, not Bocelli. What was the other one?
ABBA?
No, not ABBA.
I fucking love ABBA.
Andrea Bocelli.
Oh, Andrea Bocelli? Yeah,
that's
fucking
what I
that
meant.
dude.
Like, so,
fucks,
like, You
dude.
see him, this dirty kid, and he's listening to that.
Yeah.
You don't think, oh yeah, that
guy's gonna get a
is
tattoo.
gonna get tatted.
For sure.
Yeah, but-
That's what I'm saying. Like, so you can't even have that stigma. It's like he already knew what he wanted to do.
Yeah,
for sure.
you know.
But it doesn't. It's not like, oh, the hood molded him to get tattoos. No.
The hood didn't, but Day to Remember did.
Yeah, or some shit like that.
That's
you
what
know?
I'm saying.
I mean,
He did listen to a lot of that stuff. That
yeah,
was the type of thing.
you-
He
you're-
liked Warped Tour.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I like that shit. I'm still not tatted.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
We kind of grew up the same.
In a sense, yeah. In a sense, yeah.
You weren't coloring your hair pink, though.
You weren't.
I was not.
You
Oh,
weren't.
that's
know what
a
I'm saying?
clear.
And
That's a
that's the
clear.
Now you're getting
That's
the
a
picture.
dead giveaway. The hair, the pink hair.
So look, as he said, I you know, I don't like the attention. I don't like to do this shit. He was already training himself, because when you fucking dye your hair fucking half green and half purple, you're gonna
You're gonna
gonna
get some
get
looks.
lookers.
Yeah,
looks.
for sure.
And that was
100%,
before
yeah.
the fucking what's that movie? Suicide Squad with
Oh,
the Joker.
he was the original
made it.
Leto.
Yeah.
He wore the purple pants.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm not. I would want to say I kind of did start certain fucking trends before it was fucking cool. Because I used to be, like I said, I
You
used
were
to be
there.
called gay. I used to be called everything under the fucking sun.
That's why I stopped vaping.
Yeah.
Someone call me gay. I'm like, I ain't vaping ever again.
I'm smoking darts now.
Yeah.
Shit.
I was
ain't
like,
gay.
I was like, where's
You know
the cigarettes at?
Give me a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, like I used to do shit just because I wanted to or I liked it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it just fucking grew from there. It's like at work, you have like 7 fools that fucking dye their hair like pink and purple now. You know
Now,
what I mean?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool, you know. That's all good and shit, you know. But now they have like a rule against that shit now, I think, or something like that. Right?
Rule.
Yeah, for fucking having dyed
shit.
hair or whatever.
Can't-
A certain profession, but it's like you need to have. It's like dress code.
Yeah.
You need to be dressed a certain way.
That's
Yeah.
discrimination.
It is. It really is.
Well, you're giving a certain service.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you.
It's like being at a high-end restaurant. You can't just go in there with jeans. Like you have to have like a sport coat.
Yeah. Or you work at fucking Lazy Dog, you gotta wear a flannel. You know what I mean? Like, shit like
You
that.
wear shorts and tank tops.
You don't want your
Yeah.
freaking nurse looking like they're gonna go hit a Juggalo concert after they get off and
I mean,
shit.
think about it, dog.
It's gonna get to that point
No.
though where you can.
It'll yeah, it'll happen.
Eventually.
You know what I mean? It definitely will happen.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Damn. Is this the one where I get canceled?
Nah, you're good. Oh, no, dude, we said some shit. You don't worry.
In
But,
10 years,
but yeah,
they'll
no,
look back at this one like we should have known he was gonna get canceled.
The signs were all there.
Yeah.
It's funny because like where we work, right? We work in a hospital, and I'll tell you this fucking story. It was so hilarious. I was working in like an older like black couple's room, right? Taking care of some shit. And the older lady was like, "Oh, like you're one of those tattoo guys." I'm like, "Yeah, I am. You know, I kind of like them." And she's like, "Oh, that's pretty nice." She's like, "I hope you're not out there robbing nobody." So I was one of two things. It was one, like she knew how it goes, like where hopefully I don't rob someone because I'm easy to fucking point out, or she
Yeah.
just thinks I'm a criminal or something, right?
It was the voice for me.
Maybe, right?
Light, but it was there. I'm like,
you know,
yeah.
but I didn't take it to heart, and I'm like, no, I told her, I was like, I'm one of the good ones, you know, like
Yeah.
I just like them, and she's like, oh, that's very nice, and then I show her like I have a portrait of like my puppy. Oh, look, I have one of my dog, and she's like, oh, I love that. That's very nice. You know?
Yeah,
But
it's always that
certain-
stigma though.
Yeah, but certain people would get like super offended about that, you know what I mean, and take
Yeah.
it the wrong way. When it's like, you know, sometimes people don't know any better, and they just know what they've seen or what they've heard, so then that's how they base their ideas on it sometimes.
To be honest, I want a tattoo on my face, and I've been wanting a tattoo on my face, but my mom, bro. I'm fucking almost 30 years old,
Yeah.
but my mom, bro.
Oh, bro,
I'm like,
I'll tell you.
fuck.
Every
One
time
day
I
I'm
get
just
one,
do it.
every time I get a new one, my mom like borderline
las
cries.
nalgas.
She fucking cries. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, Mom, I told you last week I'm gonna get this, but
Yeah.
still, I
It's
don't
always
know,
gonna be
you
like
know?
that.
Yeah, moms will be moms no matter what, you know.
Yeah, I
But-
think my first one, I walked in, I'm like, hey, look what I did. She's like, oh, you fucking idiot. Look at me now.
I mean, But I mean, you tattoo her, right?
Yeah, that's fucked up, huh? She got one on her neck, but I'm over here asking for permission. I did that shit. I tattooed your neck.
But you get the I'm your mother, you know, fucking
Yeah.
still, and they're like, all right, I
Yeah,
guess, you
I'm
know.
almost 30 and I'm still asking for permission. Like, what the fuck? I don't even live there.
It'll always be like that, you know. It's just how it is.
Moms will be moms. They have the right heart and
Hi,
the
Sally.
right intention. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to all the moms out
Shout
there.
out to all the moms, every single one of them. You know what I mean?
I mean, I understand where they're coming from because they grew up in a different time where, you know, tattoos were
Certain
not
people
accepted.
had them, you know, and even us growing up, certain people had them.
That's
right?
true.
You know, and it is what it is. You know, I like, especially where we grew up. It was like, you know, always the dudes with the, you know, the shaved heads and then the fucking, you know, white tees and shit. But you know, but that's how you grew up, right? You grow up in that environment, so you that kind of sticks or whatever, and then you end up liking it.
Thank you.
And you just roll with it. But like I tell people, my whole thing with this is just like I always known I like the tattoos and I like how it looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember once my dad told me, because I got my whole back done too. He's like, "Why'd you get your back done? No one's gonna see it." I'm like, "Fuck! If I'm doing it for someone else, then
That's
there's
true.
no point
Yeah.
of fucking doing it, right?" So my whole thing with the tattoos is to kind of change the perspective on it. You know, only certain people get it. Oh, this guy's a fucking just got out of fucking prison or something. Granted, he might have, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
doesn't mean
Yeah.
he's a bad person. So when people kind of sometimes, you know, when people see me, it's like I understand. You get this fucking perspective, like, oh, what's this guy about? Where did he come from? Who knows
Yeah.
him? You know, this and that. But once they hear, like, they speak to me or I say something, I'm always polite. So if I make eye contact, I smile. I say hello. You know, that's just how I grew up. I don't like to fucking. I mean, like I say, I hate people. I fucking hate people in general. You know what I mean? I just want to do my own thing. But I don't mind talking and, you know, being cordial with people.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's my whole spiel on it. Is I would like to change the perspective on it.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I think I'm gonna just do it. I think you convinced me. So when my mom asked me why you
Miss
do
Plata,
it,
I have nothing to do with this conversation,
Yeah.
all right? I'm
You
telling you
brought
right
me
now.
here.
I'm looking at you right now watching this episode.
She said she gonna be watching,
nothing
too.
to do with this, all
me
right?
persinó antes que vine.
Oh shit, dude.
Unusual friends
sorry.
made me do it.
I'm sorry.
No, we didn't.
But if you think about it, it's like the whole art of tattooing comes from our fucking ancestors, our indigenous people
Yeah.
that used to do that. You know, you have
Yeah.
like these the like the New Zealand indigenous that do the moko, right? They have that shit here, or they have it like on their forehead. You know, they have scriptures of like Aztecs and Mayans, you know, having
Yeah,
their
that's
face
true.
tattooed and shit.
Even the gauges. And
Yeah, the gauges and everything. So, you know, what they had the fucking some guy that was like mummified, and then there was like the oldest person they've ever.
he's hella tatted.
And he was like tattooed and shit.
Well,
you
even
know?
like in African tribes, they'd have like they do like scarification,
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
imitate like crocodile or alligator skin. Like that shit's gangsters. Fuck.
Yeah, and
And I feel what happens a lot of the times, like even me just now, him reiterating the fact that, you know, our ancestors did have, you know, tattoos and stuff like that. When you go back to it, people always forget the positive. I don't know if I would say positive, but the meaning, like the positive connotation to tattooing.
Yeah.
Sailor Jerry, tattoos that go back to naval history, as far as like,
Yeah.
you know, you become a shellback after crossing the equator. You know,
you get your fucking ship, the name of the ship
ship
you were
on
on.
you,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And back then, it wasn't like you fucking being in a gang or showing where you were from and
Nope.
shit. It was more of being proud of being an American.
Like a little badge
and-
of honor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and knowing that you did this, and you know,
You're-
and showing it off, because that was the point, right? They would get this shit on their arm because they wanted the people to see, oh shit, this dude was in USS fucking Arizona or some shit like that.
Yeah, look at how many, you know, people jack up the stories as, oh, I want to get swallows because this person have swallows.
Yeah.
Swallows meaning how many nautical miles you sailed. You know what I mean? All that stuff, the positive stuff, gets washed away as soon as somebody, you know, and
A
the
stigma,
good,
yeah.
a stigma,
Yeah.
and you know what? At the end of the day, tattooing goes back to telling your story.
Yeah.
The people who are incarcerated, those tattoos have a meaning of their story.
Yeah,
you know what I
always,
mean?
for
Like,
sure.
you know, my uncle having a pelican. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Pelican Bay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like, you know, when somebody has a baby, they get the feet, you know, or whatever. Like, stuff like
hand or
that.
the
The
nails,
hand,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's their way, and it's everybody's way of essentially telling a story or having something that means something that, you know, you want to carry with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And I mean, some of them being good, some of them being bad. it is what it is. That's the way everything's gonna be at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You have good and you have bad, but I feel like a lot of people forget about the good. They just see the bad. They wash away
That's
all
always
that
how
shit.
it is.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah, because that's what makes the most news or the most drama or whatever.
Yeah,
but
that's
you
what
have
everybody
but
wants
like I
to-
said, you have to take the punches sometimes. You know what you're getting yourself into. You just have to you roll with it and you change people's minds. One
Yeah,
person
yeah.
at a time, two people at a time. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
or you
yeah.
change no minds. As long as you're not doing bad, you're living your life. You're not hurting anyone. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
That's what I say. But yeah, that's our little tangent on that. But
tangent on that.
what do you think about these new like tattoo styles that are coming out? Like we've touched on like the whole Pinterest, shit.
I mean,
little simple shit.
Sometimes
Simplicity.
I feel like I don't know. It depends. Like if I do it, like if I'm gonna do one that's like like what I think is basic on somebody that I know, I'm more more hesitant.
Yeah.
Like my mom wanted an infinity sign for like the
Okay.
longest, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I mean that's Gennaro.
A little cross? Nah.
The Tumblr days and shit.
Yeah, I was like those, but for everybody else,
Yeah.
I whatever the fuck you want, let's
You want
go.
to pay me? Let's do it. And then, how do you feel about like the whole like gatekeeping idea of like tattoos and shit? Like how
Oh,
they say
no,
like
fuck that.
you can't get your hands done, before you get your fucking
Nah,
sleeves and shit like
I
that.
don't care.
I tell people that too.
I forgot about that.
I'm like,
I'll share how I do stuff. I'll share like even the techniques I do.
Yeah.
I don't care. We're all trying to.
yeah, just learn or fucking
Yeah.
go from there and teach people. Yeah, that's pretty sick. What do you think about the whole like the blackout that's happening now?
I think they're pretty sick.
I like them too.
They're pretty
I
sick.
think they're pretty. I remember, like maybe 10 years ago when I started seeing it, it was like really big in Europe.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's pretty interesting. And then now how you see like how it progresses, how they'll leave like certain open skin in places to kind of give
Mm-hmm.
it design. And then now you see they're doing like white ink designs over it.
Yeah, they're
I'm
they're
like,
dope.
it's
They
pretty
just take
sick.
a long ass time to actually get it super solid black, and just even it's painful as fuck.
Oh, I would assume so.
They have these like these shops. I think I seen one in like Italy where they have like 2 or 3 dudes
I know
tattooing
exactly.
you
The
at
ones-
Project-
the
once.
brutal
Project
black-
Blackout?
They're
brutal-
just tattooing
brutal black
your
project.
face like
Yeah.
zero stencil and just going at it.
And then you give them creative like
just like do whatever
you
the
do
fuck
whatever you want. But I think the
That's
way they
just
do it is
crazy.
they get like 3 people a year or some shit like that, right? And then they do it for free, but they have to. They come to an agreement where you have to go through this, and we won't stop until we're done.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's like 10-hour sessions and shit. And you got like 3 dudes just, and I've seen them like
Pass.
go over face,
Hard
like,
pass.
yeah, like eyelids and shit. And
They're just-
and you see the fucking like the large mag fucking
Yes,
needles.
no.
That they got. Oh, dude.
I ain't for that.
That shit's
Tattoos
insane.
hurt.
They do.
Anybody pass out?
Yeah, recently actually I had
Oh,
my
shit.
first dude pass out.
Oh,
I
yeah.
tattooed his hand. It was his first one.
Oh shit.
And I was like, let me know if you need me to stop or anything. And then he's just like, I don't feel good. So I put my machine down and he's passing out. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I grab him and my homie's client's right there. It was just us 3 at the shop at the time. And he's like, is he okay? I was like, I don't know. Let me slap him. Smack the shit out of him a couple times. I fucking hit him 3-4 times. And he's like, did I just pass out? Like, yep. I gave him a Starburst. He was all good.
Oh man.
That shit's pretty nuts. Like I always think of like, how do you like? I've gotten to the point where I'm like, fuck, I really want to just not do this anymore. I've gotten to that point. I've never gotten to the point where like I feel like I'm gonna pass out, but I think it's has to do probably when they're not breathing correctly. Maybe they're holding their breath.
It's something
and-
about like your blood sugar or something, or if you don't eat before. But everyone's different.
Of course,
Like
yeah.
usually, like it's gonna be your first one because
Yeah.
after you know how it feels,
Yeah.
you're more like aware of what can happen, and you just become better at handling it.
Yeah.
But when we get older, shit hurts more and more.
Oh, dude. Now it's like I used to be able to go like once a week if I really wanted
Yeah.
to, and I was able to do it. But now it's like fuck. I dread and I go and I'm like fuck. What did I get myself into, man? Why did
Every
I
time,
fucking
like,
keep
why
doing
am I
this
doing
shit?
this shit?
Yeah. But then you're done and you're like, I think I could do the other one. You know? Like, you
That
start-
shit's addicting as fuck.
Yeah, and for people that say that it's not, it really is.
It
You know what I
is.
mean? Because then you start getting ideas. Okay, well, this will look cool
Yeah.
here. Maybe I should
And
fill
you're
in
never
this
done.
spot, and then you're never done.
Ever.
And then you're like fucking people getting tattoos over tattoos,
Yeah.
which I've done a couple
Yeah.
times. You know?
It's insane. It really is. Fucking A.
Do you like steak and poke?
I like anything that's well done. Anything like I don't want to like say anything bad because
Yeah.
I don't really care about what they do as much. I just feel like if you're gonna get something, get it done
Done
well.
right, yeah.
That's it. Like
Yeah.
when celebrities get ugly tattoos and especially on their face, I'm like, oh man, you have the
Isn't-
money.
isn't that- isn't
Like,
that crazy?
It's the worst.
Isn't that crazy?
It's
Like,
so
there's like a bunch of
fucking
people with
shitty.
some bad
That's
shit.
where I do hate it.
Yeah.
It's
like-
like, you know what? I kind of respect it because they're going back to who they first were fucking with.
I
you know
don't
what
think
mean?
so. I
You don't
think
think
they
I don't
just.
know.
I don't think
think
so
so?
every time.
Like, leave that for us, dog. That we like, okay, we're kind of like testing the waters and we want to see what we want to
Yeah.
get and what's our budget. You know, these fools like they have
They
like
have
a big budget.
They have no
you know?
budget.
Yeah,
Like
they have a big budget,
you
so they can go.
There's celebrities who do have awesome, amazing work by some like people who are very, very talented.
Yeah.
But then you have like super shitty ones, and I'm like, man, like one Google search could have prevented this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the infamous fucking Ben Affleck fucking back piece. I don't know if anyone's ever seen.
I
The
think I
Phoenix.
seen that.
Everyone always shits on it. And I'm like, it doesn't look that bad, but I can see how it's like very muddy in the sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, like or like The Rock, you know, like The Rock, he got some shit done by Nico Hurtado. Like he did his fucking research and shit. So
Oh
he knows,
yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So
That
he-
was crazy good.
probably
How do-
some people say the best, maybe.
How do you feel about the people who, the celebrities, of course, because it's nobody on this table who could probably afford it. Just saying. About getting knocked out and then going and getting tattooed.
Oh yeah.
That
Going
shit's
under anesthesia. What do you feel about that?
that's just 2001 gay. Like when it meant that, you know what I mean? Like that's just so lame.
Go through it, right?
Go through
That's
it.
the way I
That's
feel
the whole
about
point
it, right?
of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
Not
who did
anybody
that?
can-
Fucking Post Malone, right?
Somebody
He-
did it.
He went under and then he got like three shit done by 3 different people or 2 different people.
I
Something
heard
like
about like Chris Brown and them doing it.
I
but
think
I don't,
that's
I don't
one
know.
that I
I don't know
Chris
for
Brown.
sure.
Yeah.
But 'cause I wasn't there. But don't do that. I don't even do numbing cream, even if I know it hurts. But
that. I've done it. I've
I
that
know,
started
my
doing.
bro.
I started
know,
doing my.
I have to.
I know.
That's been part of my ritual. And like I
can't
told,
do it.
yeah,
It's for me.
Look, I was look, and I told, and people tell me, "Oh, you're a fucking bitch," blah blah blah. You know, and I tell them, I'm like, well, you know what, dude? I fucking earned my stripes.
That's
You
true.
know what I
Like,
mean?
after you're-
like
after
I
you're,
was
like,
already
half a-
70% covered. I was like,
Yeah, I get that.
I can put numbing cream on my armpit. It's
Yeah.
okay. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
like,
true.
Fuck, dude.
I get that part.
Cause like after it hurts.
You're
Or-
OG already, yeah.
For yeah, I guess that's some would say, right? For me, it's mostly of like the sitting still. I get
Yeah.
anxiety sometimes just sitting still, not doing anything, and then like so if the numbing kind of helps in a sense, and at least it gives my boy fucking an extra hour to fucking
Yeah,
do what
that's
he needs
true.
to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, some people fucking shit on the whole numbing shit. But
Well, because like the thing is, my favorite part of people, it's like a pinch and it feels like this. How the fuck you gonna tell me what it feels like? I know my pain level. You pinch me. I don't know if that's the same.
I love. There's so many like stereotypes with the questions that get asked. It's like, does it hurt? Like, how bad does it hurt?
Yeah.
And you can't really judge it. You know, everybody has a different pain tolerance, and you know, I always feel like women have a higher pain tolerance than dudes. Dudes are usually the ones bitching out.
Yeah,
probably for sure.
100%.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. Or they'll fucking like try to pinch themselves, like you said, like just try to feel it. I'm like, it ain't that.
Well, yeah, that's the thing though. Like people say, like, how does it feel? And then you can't really describe
You
it. You
can't.
know what I mean? Until you fucking go. And that's how I asked that was, like my new fucking question. Like I asked, oh, like how does it feel? The guy told me like, dude, you're gonna know. So let's just go
Yeah,
with it. And
that's
I'm like,
true.
all right, okay.
Yeah. What's your take on fucking? We're asking all the tattoo questions. What's your take on that new dissolvable shit? Have you heard of the temporary real ones?
Like the ones that like 3 months. Or
I'm not
something
gonna
like that?
lie. I was gonna look into it because I wanted to get the last name on my knuckles because I was gonna try to find the ink, but apparently
Yeah.
whoever has that ink is keeping it like their shit. That one shop that does it or whatever.
Like one that you can do like a year, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
it lasts.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah, and
about
it's
that.
like
I mean,
the pain.
done it.
It's like almost the same.
It's
thing
a
as
real
pain
tattoo.
tolerance and
Yeah.
stuff.
It really is. Yeah. But what's
I
your
guess
take on
it's just
that?
more like I don't know how they do it. I've never really looked into it too much, but
And it
Shit.
is fairly new because they're like if you go on the website or whatever for the company who does it, they have people who are sending in pictures as the tattoo's fading so that you know
Yeah, so
they
they
show
can see.
how it's going and shit.
I mean, I think it's pretty rad because, like, you know, sometimes you want to get something and then, like, you get bored of it, maybe, or you want to think and see if it looks good there or if it's gonna work out, and then a year later it's kind of gone.
It can go both ways,
Yeah.
but like I was just saying earlier, like good or bad, it's still part of your story.
Of course,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I guess I really can't touch on it. Like everybody to each their own.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel it's like what
It's a
you
cool
said.
idea, though. I
yeah.
think it's a cool idea for
Like
sure.
if you,
for
you
certain
don't really
people.
want to, like people can't really like or don't want to commit to it. Yeah, go
Or
for
like
it.
the person that doesn't have any tattoos and wants to try it out and see how, like, I guess life treats them in a sense if they start getting
Yeah,
them done. You know.
yeah.
I think that's a good avenue to take.
That's true.
To start off. You know.
So, the Chris that's not tattooing, what are you into, bro? What's Chris like after the behind the tattoo gun now?
Decaf coffee,
Pepto
going to sleep
Bismol.
at night,
Bismol?
and Pepto Bismol. Nah, I mean, when I'm in LA, I want to just party with my homies like it was fucking like we're still in high school and shit.
Yeah.
But when I'm back in Seattle, that's when it's like I gotta get on my grind. I can't gain weight. Like I don't want to get fatter. Like, and I got this fucking dog who just doesn't let me do anything but take care of that motherfucker. So that and go do some other country shit with all these white boys out there.
Hell yeah.
That's sick, bro. Any hunting this year? Got anything in the books?
We went bear hunting. Saw a couple elk, but it weren't in season. But that would have been some good eating because elk is fire. Have you guys had it?
I've never had elk.
Never had elk.
It's so good.
Fucking Joe Rogan says it's pretty good. So
That's
I would
why,
assume
bro.
he-
He
Swears by an elk meat, bro.
If Joe Rogan says it,
Big Joe loves his elk.
everything he says it has to.
Yeah, it has to fucking be good.
The
right?
price just
Yeah.
went
The
up.
price, price just went up,
We're
right?
doing alpha brain elk.
Oh shit! Hey, that alpha brain kind of does work. There's
I
a
don't
couple
know.
times I've tried it and I'm like, oh shit, I feel, but it might be the placebo effect.
Yeah, you just gotta get a little case of Ponte las Pilas and you'll be
there's
all
that
right.
too. I'm not gonna lie. Remember that fucking weird green shot we took from that
Oh,
matcha
yeah.
spot?
Yeah.
I think it was Magic Mind. That was one where we're like, I feel different.
was
bro.
talking-
Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel different. Like
What
I
was
just
it?
felt it was like a green shot, but
Literally, like probably had all the matcha in it.
Yeah, or
Like,
something.
have you ever had matcha? Like,
Yeah, I had matcha. It was
okay,
pretty good.
All right, so this was basically like concentrate, bro.
Yeah.
Like and it had mushrooms in it.
Yeah.
Apparently, not like no
kind of
fucking.
not psychedelic
Not
shit.
Let me know.
mushrooms because it was like, where the fuck were we at? WeHo or whatever?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't even know where the fuck
somewhere
we were
like
at. My sister and I were like, oh, we really want to go try this matcha spot, right? I'm like, all right, let's go. I tell this fool because were we off that day?
Nah, we were going to work later, but
Okay.
we were like, oh fuck it, let's waste some time.
Yeah, I figured, fuck it, we'll go get pizza because they have a spot out there, Prime Pizza.
Prince,
love it.
Prince,
Matcha-
Prince,
matcha
Prince,
and
Prince
pizza.
Pizza.
Did we go to Prince?
Yeah, it was Prince.
Okay, we went to Prince
Prince
Street.
Street. Yeah,
Pretty fire. If you've never
Yeah.
had it, you got to try it.
yeah, it's in fucking Hollywood.
But we went in there and I don't even know what it is about me and this fool, but when we go places, it's like we're meat markets, wherever the fuck we're at, we're like, what is this? This is $10 and it's this big. What the fuck does that do? I want to know what that does. And then I was like, well, fuck it. Let's get 2 shots. Fuck it. Let's go for it. I was like, all right, fuck. So we took the 2 shots. Literally, it was just like it said mushrooms. It said it was an energy drink. I was
Yeah.
like, and we're fucking all on the energy drinks. So like, let's fucking try it. Fuck it. What, you know? Literally, as soon as we drank this shit, like I shit you not, we're sitting there and it's like, fuck, like I feel like focused. I feel like I'm on one. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And he's like, me too. I'm like, damn, that shit really does work. So then I went and bought like fucking 4 more.
Yeah. At the same,
Yeah.
you take them that time?
No,
I was about to
that's
say,
spaced out, my boy. You know you can't
Okay.
overdo it on
You,
it.
you do 4 of those and go get pizza.
I know.
That's
Fuck,
what I
dude.
call a good Wednesday.
But I didn't want to say anything, but then when he was like, I don't know, fool, I feel kind of different. I'm like, dude, me too, bro. Like I was like, oh shit. Everything was brighter.
My sister and
Everything was
like,
brighter.
what the fuck is
It's
wrong
like-
with you?
It's like when you were little and you're stealing the fucking those apple ciders, they fucking
Oh,
like
the
quinceañeras.
Martinells?
Like,
Yeah,
I
the
feel it, I
Martinells.
feel
Yeah,
it. No, you don't, motherfucker.
Anyway,
I don't
fucking
feel shit.
But yeah, I think what we had was fucking called Magic Mind, and I looked into it, and they seem legit, and
Oh, that's
I think
cool.
you can get a case of like 12 for like $90, some shit like
Oh
that.
yeah.
But I mean, worth it.
Worth
bro.
it,
Yeah.
Worth it. Every
Yeah.
drop. But I don't know, like shit like that. I mean, we're fucking. I don't know. We're weird, bro.
I like to try things out, you know what I mean? And I told people it's like we grew up a certain way, whether you're being Hispanic or whatever, sheltered, whatever, blah blah blah.
I like
you can't
trying new
you can't be
shit.
like that all the time, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I tell my boys, like a lot of people that I grew up or in hoods or whatever, and I'm like, bro, you can't be gangster all the time. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Sometimes you just gotta fucking get out your little bubble and just try something
Hell
else,
no.
man. Be
I do-
someone else, you know.
I try a bunch of new shit, especially when it comes to food. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like. I'll eat fucking as much as the animal, especially if we're hunting it. I'll eat as much of the animal as I can, cause, I mean, that's just me, right?
Yeah,
Like a lot of people
but
throw
that's
away all the
but
other
that's
shit.
also like, you hunting and shit. That's like paying respect to the fucking animal. You know,
That's
in
true.
a sense. You know what I mean? You want to take everything that you can from that animal because
Yeah.
then at that point it's a waste. And then why did you hunt that animal?
Yeah,
You know, and a lot of people don't realize that shit. Like me personally, like I like guns and all that shit. I don't see myself hunting just because I'm a very big animal lover. But I
Yeah.
understand the the meaning behind it.
yeah, for sure.
You know, you're not going to a store and fucking purchasing whatever. You don't know what the fuck is in that
You
meat.
don't,
and
you
shit,
really
know?
don't, and it just tastes better when you know where it came from.
Yeah. 100%.
I at first, before we fucking killed our first animal, I was like, damn, how am I gonna feel about this? I didn't feel bad, but like you do have that thought, and you're like,
Yeah.
huh. But you do pay respect to it, and in a way, it does taste a lot better, and it does feel better too, knowing where it comes
Where
from.
it comes from, and you're getting the most out of it, or the most that you can out of it, right?
Yeah,
And come on, I mean, let's just be honest. You're taking the animal, you're using the animal to its max.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I feel like you're way better than us going to a fucking meat market and then mass slaughtering these, cows and shit. You know what I mean?
I get deep into that shit. Like like who farmed this salmon that I'm eating? Like,
Yeah,
like
dude.
Trader Joe's all day. Like, we can't be gangster all the time.
Yeah,
I'm at
dude,
Trader
yeah,
Joe's.
Trader
I'm
Joe's.
reading labels and shit.
We were talking about that
Fucking
the other
come
day.
from-
We were talking about like, damn, like we go to like La Carniceria or like another spot that we go to in Norwalk, where we get our meat at and stuff and like steaks and stuff, and it's like fuck, you go back to like Gonzales Market and try to get a piece of ranchera. It's not the fucking
Not
same.
the same. It's
It's
not.
not the same when you go from like even like we now we're like big on the wagyu, like wagyu ranchera and shit and prime ranchera. Even if you do that and you try to go get some shit at Gonzales, it's not the fucking same.
It's not.
It's not. You can't. I can't do it anymore.
So if you guys go visit me, I'm gonna have you try some shit. Like, I got I have a freezer with some deer liver.
Oh, interesting.
deer liver,
So I'll have you try that.
it's kind of irony or what?
I mean, all liver is
yeah.
pretty
All liver
irony,
is-
I would say.
That's
so,
just
right?
like your filter for the body, but that's where you got all the vitamins and shit. Like when you see an animal killed in the wild, that's like they eat the organs before they eat the
Everything else,
you know
right?
what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I mean,
So I'll have you guys try that shit. Let's see how you feel.
I haven't had liver in a while, so I mean,
I've never had
definitely-
liver, bro.
You never had liver?
no.
Fucking liver and onions, my boy.
We weren't
Liver and
that
onions?
Mexican,
Liver's like-
homie.
Poor people food, but it's like the best shit. Poor people food is the best shit. Like bone marrow, like throwaway
Oh,
food.
dude, bone marrow.
That's
dog?
the shit.
When you had fucking caldo de res and the little
That's
bone
the
marrow,
tuétano
dog,
and
the
the fucking-
tuétano.
Oh.
Oh, dog.
I can't get no good Mexican food where I'm at.
No
That's the
shit.
one thing I miss. But
I
the
mean-
Asians got it down over there. They're
Okay.
fucking.
And what's the
they're-
food scene like in you're hop and a skip, blah, blah, blah. Hop and a skip away from Seattle, right?
Yeah, I'm like 20 minutes from Seattle.
So what's the food scene down there?
Like all the Asian food is where it's at. Like
Okay.
where you go, like either Chinese, like Thai, or like Korean and like Vietnamese. That's where it's at.
Okay.
It's so good. It's so much better than I thought it would be. Like, cause like the Mexican food out there sucks. I'm gonna go get some fucking shrimp tacos, bro. It was It was like all rice and like 3 shrimps. I'm like, fuck this shit. I didn't even finish it. Like, this is nasty.
I like Asian food. Asian food's good.
You gotta
for
open
sure.
up a taco spot, bro.
Oof.
Hell no. I'm trying to do too much.
I mean,
Like, shit. But that would be a cool idea.
yeah, I mean, I'd be down for some fucking deer liver. What did you say? Elk liver or deer?
Deer liver?
Deer
We're
liver,
gonna
for
need
sure.
some elk and deer
Some
liver.
fucking venison.
Yeah.
I've had venison. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's that's
Fire. You just
little
can't
piece.
overcook it. I feel like once you
Yeah.
overcook it, then it gets kind of dicey.
So you gotta have a thermometer at all time. That's
I'm learning that.
Yeah.
I'm learning that
A
when you start cooking
thermometer's
on your own.
clutch,
Yeah.
bro. Thermometer's clutch. You just get to one temperature, pull that bitch. That's it.
And you
I
go,
grew up
yeah.
in a household where like my mom was home, most of the time cooking and stuff like that. So the meat we ate was not no fucking no. That shit was gonna get burnt, like not burnt, but burnt. Well,
Yes.
well done. You know what I mean?
Mexicans
So,
of course.
overcook their meat.
Yeah, of course.
So like
All the
I
time.
grew up like that, and that's the only way that I would eat it. And until this dude, we got some Wagyu A5 Japanese Wagyu, and
Yes, sir.
he's like, you can't cook the shit out of that. And I
No.
was like, he's like, trust me. He's like, just watch, and it was like fucking
Buttery,
real quick
huh?
on each side, and I was like, damn, totally different experience.
Have you seen the rock stones?
Yeah, they cook it on there. The salt rock, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's where it's at right there.
Yeah, I know. This man opened my eyes to eating meat not fucking well done anymore, because it's just it's
no.
yeah.
That is
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Stop eating
it's a
shoes.
disservice. It's like fucking putting A1 steak sauce on a fucking steak.
That's
too.
so
Come on, bro.
disrespectful.
Don't
That's
do
so
that shit,
disrespectful.
dog. All you need is
I don't
just
even
good
buy
salt,
that shit.
salt
My
and
girl be
pepper, and
sneaking it
that's
out of her pocket. And
Yeah,
like, I
nah,
fucking hate
player.
you when you do that shit. And she knows it too, because she knows I don't buy that shit. So we got a little one. I'm like, oh fuck, shit out of here. Like, I'm giving you good shit.
Hunting, dog dad, fucking what do you see? What do you want to do in your tattoo career as far as for the future?
The ultimate goal is to have your own shop.
Okay.
Because that's the only way we can. Because there's only so many tattoos we can do.
Uh-huh.
So when you start getting your own shop, or I'm not a fan of having multiple shops, because I just not even like, because you want to have that financial freedom, but having way too many shops is just like way too commercial, and like I just don't like it. It's not for
Yeah.
me.
You're kind of like fucking franchising and shit.
Takes away from the
It's-
grassroots
when
of it, right?
when you have like more than 3, it's like nah. Like, yeah, you're in it more for the money, and then which is cool, But
Yeah, teach their own.
But yeah,
shit.
just having your own shop and having like something that you can call yours, like, and then nobody really can tell you what to do anymore. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like your own shit.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate goal, obviously. Just getting as good as you can before you can't tattoo anymore. Like that's where I want to be at.
Okay. Any plans for 2023? What do you got in the books?
Shit, well, I got an art show coming up February 14th in Redmond, where I'm at, like across the street. And I got a couple good artists out there that I met, some cool people. They're gonna come out in it, and it should be dope.
So art show. Okay. What about the summer? Got anything planned in the summertime?
Yeah, you guys are coming over, no?
Okay. Yeah.
Might
We'll make it
happen.
happen, man. We were talking about that the other day. We want to plan a trip where we're focusing on a trip, because we've done it where we've interviewed people and I've had it, but we want to do a trip where it's solely about the podcast.
Yeah, for this, and go out somewhere, whether it, I guess out of the city or another state. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Jesse kind of put us on blast, and he's like, "What are you guys gonna do this year?" He's like, "What's the goal? And are you guys gonna do the same shit?" I'm like, "Well, that's a good question, dog."
Well, shit, you guys are more than welcome to come out there.
For sure, man.
We'll do some cool shit. I'll take you guys in the middle of the mountains and the woods and shit. We'll go shooting.
Be fucking mountain.
Make some
mountain
carne
man.
asada out there, and then I got a lake down the street from my crib too.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Go
I
swimming.
won't jump in it because people die in lakes, but I'll be there. You know what I mean?
It was only one time.
If you
Jason
look-
Voorhees is
If you look it
he's
up,
not there
people
no
die
more.
in lakes more than
Cool.
fucking any other
think
body
maybe-
of ocean.
Maybe
or
like
water.
rivers is.
This was said
rivers
more
and-
than any body in the
but-
ocean. More
water.
than any bottle of water. Bullshit.
I think if you look it up, lakes are more of cause of death than
It's 'cause I feel
any
like
other
people
body of
think
water.
it's not
Ocean,
as-
dude. It's gonna
I
be-
feel
Look
like
it up. Look it up. Look it up.
I don't know. I call.
Put
big,
it in the comments if
big-
I'm right or if I'm wrong.
big cap on that one.
Oh, we'll see.
In a lake?
I'm
That shit
thinking,
goes
dog.
to my knees. Like
Oh, that's a puddle then, dog. Come
Oh.
on.
Not a puddle, it's a pond.
it's a pond. Alright, it was my bathtub.
Yeah.
I'm a liar. Bring your rubber duckies and swimsuits. I got you.
All right, cool. Then I'll jump in, dog.
Nah. I mean, like, I don't know. That shit seems so like calm, compared to a fucking ocean. We got
waves and shit.
sharks.
I think
we ain't
that,
got no sharks.
That's the thing.
bro.
I think that's the deceiving part. Where ocean is kind of scary, right? So then people won't fucking go out of pocket.
You're
I think
true.
in lakes,
You know, you're right
people
there.
want to go out of pockets and
give you that
either
one.
they're they're
I think-
fucking jet skiing or
I think
whatever
they get
the
too
fuck they're
faded
doing.
out there too, because
Yeah,
they don't
Right.
they see like less risk, so they do become more of a
I'm saying,
target.
dog, they wilding out, dog.
I don't know, man. People be
You know?
getting pretty.
Piranha 3D, dog. I seen
People
that
be
shit,
getting
dog.
pretty out of pocket on those Duffy boats, man. So
We gotta
I don't
ask
know.
Jamie to fact check this.
I'm gonna have to see what's going on with this, but Christian, thank you for coming out, bro.
For
Thank
sure,
you, guys.
dude. We really appreciate
appreciate
it.
Came out at night and made time for us. We really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
and then do you have a Instagram handle or anything?
Oh, yeah,
Or,
Oh
you know,
yeah,
we
it's
can look you up or-
Plata 3RL.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Look
then,
them up, and we'll add it on our description too, so then that way people can
for
just
sure.
click
Yeah,
on
hell
it.
yeah.
Any
go-
shout
go
outs?
your
Any
way.
shout outs you want to do right now?
Hi mom, hi grandma.
Hell yeah.
Cool, hell yeah.
But yeah, man. Anytime tables open when you got something going on, let us
Yeah.
know. We'll shout it out.
Yeah, for sure.
We're
dude.
tattooing your brother on the table next time.
Let's do it, dog. Let's put this fool up to the.
Who's gonna
fucking-
hold the butt cheeks open?
Good.
though?
Yeah, who's gonna hold it? I like.
We're gonna get the
I can
clamps
do
and
it.
flip them over. And
I can do it. I can do it if we need to. You know.
Booty cheeks and elk
Booty
meat.
cheeks
That's the name of this episode.
There we go. We'll see you guys on the next one. We'll see where this goes. Thanks, man.